Hello, everyone. This is the Batman Statue Collector, and I'm once again coming to you from my Bat Cave. And this episode, I'm really excited to be bringing you this amazing bust. This is a 1-to-1 scale Batman bust by Sideshow Collectibles. I recently just did a review on the Joker bust, so please check that out. That bust has a lot of color, a lot of details. It has cloth, mixed media. This guy, on the other hand, is very straightforward. There's not much to him. There's not very many bells and whistles, but he is by far my favorite bust in my collection. Uh, I just absolutely love him. He looks so cool. Just look at that. That is Batman right there. Look at the intensity in his eyes with the white eyes. I love it. Just kind of the stern face. Looks like he might be brooding. It just really well done. I love this sculpt so much. I have had 4 total life-size busts that I've ever had. This being one of them, the Batman bust. Also, as I mentioned, the Joker comic book bust. I also had the Dark Knight 1-to-1 scale bust, the Christian Bale bust, and also the Heath Ledger Hollywood Collectibles Group bust. I love all of them. I'm actually, though, in the process of selling the 2 movie versions because I just don't have room in my collection right now for them. But this right here, this particular bust, is my favorite by far out of the 4. I just love the way he turned out. There are 2 different versions of this bust. Some of you probably have seen both of them. This, of course, features the dark colors. Let me just start up here with the cape. The cape is black, but it also has a lot of little subtle blue highlights. Not near as blue as the premium format figure, but there are still subtle paint strokes that you can see. But primarily, he is just dark. He's just dark and black. The other version, of course, is the classic version, the light blue, and it also has the yellow emblem. Usually, people can find him a lot cheaper. I was offered quite a few offers from other people to say, "Hey, I got this one for sale. Do you want it?" And I almost bought one just because I couldn't find this one anywhere. He is getting harder and harder to find, and he is generally very expensive. I've seen a few here lately, which is pretty cool. A couple $100 cheaper for sure than what I paid. I paid a pretty penny for him, but I held out for him because he is just awesome. He is just absolutely awesome, and this is my favorite version of Batman. So the base is very similar to the Joker's in the fact that it's got this stone base. Very well done. Just very simplistic, though. I mean, it's just gray with the darker gray specks, but and it runs up the back just like that. But it looks very good. And as you go up, you notice the black Batman emblem. No yellows here, folks, which I'm very happy about. I don't like yellow in Batman at all, other than maybe his utility belt. That's fine. But again, the paint apps are generally pretty clean there. There's maybe a few small bleed outs area, but looks really good. Like I mentioned, the cape. I would assume this was a pretty easy statue to paint. The mouth area, I'll get into some of that detail. You guys can see the pores in the skin. They didn't overly shade him, which is nice. I know a lot of people didn't like the premium format bust, or the premium format shading on his mouth area. But on the bust here, they just kind of kept it a nice, subtle skin color. The lip color looks really good. And then as you go up, as I mentioned, of course, they have the white comic book eyes, which is really cool. You can see some of the detailing work. Of course, the ears there. It's kind of panned down. Like I said, there's not too much to say about him. His He's one of those pieces that, you know, really you can just look at him just like this, and he tells the whole story. It's really, really well done. Like I said, this is my favorite Batman bust that I own or have ever seen. Um, there are lots of good busts that are smaller versions of him. I owned the DC Collectibles half-scale version of him, and I really like it. I actually really liked him and the Joker. I had both of those, but I no longer have those either because I wanted to focus on larger scale pieces. But for me, this is hands down the best bust you can buy in terms of Batman collectibles, or maybe even any busts out there. I know there are a lot of really great busts out there by Sideshow, and it sounds like Sideshow might even be doing some new ones. I just saw Deadpool and also maybe a Hulk bust. So I'm really excited that they're going to come out with some more. I would love to see, you know, them possibly do another Batman villain. I think that'd be really cool to see what they do with that. But in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy this bust. I hope you have enjoyed looking at this amazing sculpt as well. I highly recommend it if you want a Batman bust in your collection. Definitely find one if you can. You're going to pay a pretty penny for him, but I feel like he is worth every cent. I really do, just because of the sheer presence of him. So this has been the Batman Statue Collector. I hope you have enjoyed this quick review, and I'd love to hear your comments below. Please subscribe, and I'd love to do more videos for you guys. I've got a lot of pre-orders coming in, so stay tuned to this channel, and until next time, see you later.